Hi. So I just had this thought this morning about what happens to us in life and, in general terms, suffering. And a lot of times we experience that, why did this happen to me? Why is this awful circumstance coming into my life? And I feel so frustrated by this situation. And I want to encourage everyone to also feel into that, of course, but realize, what is it trying to tell you? And is it really happening to you, or is it happening for you? And I know many people have heard this many times, but I also want to kind of reach into my own life and tell you about a recent experience that I had that might help you a little bit or not. So just before the holidays, I tore my Achilles tendon, and my doctor told me it's called a rupture, which in itself is like, whoa. But it was completely off, and which led me to go into this state of having a cast and walking around on crutches, and just in time for when everything was happening during the holidays, right? And it's like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And then it's been a long journey. And now I can finally walk again with shoes inside, and there's been a lot of physical therapy, and the tendon is healing, and all these things are moving in a good direction, right? But when it happened, I was distraught. I was sad, I was angry. I was like, why is this happening to me and now, right? And then I sat down and I started thinking, and I started just being in stillness. I started meditating about it, and I started to think, what is it trying to tell me? Well, first of all, before that happened, I had been thinking for a number of weeks, I really need to relax. I really need to take some time off, and I really need to just, be, right? And I had this sort of story in my head as to how I wanted to relax, right? I wanted to just be. And then this happened, which allowed me to just be, right? Because I couldn't do anything else. I was just sitting there watching my family, being like, can you grab a glass of water for me? Can you do this? Oh, thank you very much. Like 110,000 times a day, right? But as I slowly started to accept it and say, okay, this happened. Why did it happen? Well, first of all, I had kind of asked for it, right? So the universe is like, okay, she wants to rest. Here you go, right? But second of all, what gifts were in there for me? And I realized the first gift was stillness. Just to sit with this life, breathe into it, and just be, right? Just be. And what I also realized is that I had this pattern of always feeling worthy when I accomplished something. If I did the dishes, if I finished my work, if I folded the laundry, the list goes on and on, right? Then I was worthy, right? And I think growing up, that's how I defined myself. If I did well on a test, if I accomplished something, then I was worthy. Now I had to feel into myself and say, I'm worthy even though I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here with my cast and I'm still worthy, right? So that was really important for me. And the third thing that really came up for me was that it's okay to ask for help, right? Which sounds like a silly thing, but a lot of times I'm the kind of person where I'm like, I'm just going to do it, right? Instead of asking someone to do it, I'm just going to go and do it, right? But now I wasn't able to. Again, the universe is like, here you go, try this out. So I had to ask my family members. I had to say, oh, could you please help me with this? I need to, put this sock on even, right? Could you help me with that? And can you go get a pair of pants for me? Whatever it was, I needed to ask for help. So those three things were like the obvious things that came to me. And then there were many other things when I went into meditation that came to me. But those were like really three amazing things. And I would like you to try to apply this in your life. And I know it's not easy in the beginning. It's like something awful happens to you. You lose your job. You leave a relationship. You're left. Somebody leaves you, right? Or somebody close to you dies. Whatever it is, we all go through really difficult things, right? It's not just a torn Achilles tendon. And I get that. But What if you could start to just tune into yourself and say, what is the silver lining in this? What is the universe really trying to tell me? Is this only happening to me, or is this really happening for me? And how can I use these lessons to help me move forward and grow as a person? Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.